This video is about 10 things you can try to catch a swarm. You can use more than one of them when you catch the same swarm. The first one is to cut the branch.
The easy way to catch this swarm is not to shake it off and have them all land on the box. That'll work. But if you have the option of cutting the branch that they're on and gently setting them down, it'll work better. I want to make sure I got a good handle on it before I cut it so we don't bounce the bees around. I'm trimming the branches here so it'll fit in the box.
We let the bees settle and then place frames around the branch in their hive. Once they're in the hive securely, then we take the branch out and put all the frames in. Another way to get a swarm into a box is to shake the branch that the bees are on so that the bees fall into the hive below.
So I'm just going to grab onto the biggest branch right around the bees here. Careful not to put my hands on any of the bees. The swarm is right above the box and I'm going to give them a shake. Ready?
Three, two, one, shake. Shake. Let bees crawl onto a frame. We can also hold a frame so that it's touching the swarm of bees. The bees will crawl onto the comb and we can place the frame in the hive. Stan is doing that on this swarm that's really high up in a tree that he can't reach to cut or shake. If you see the queen while you're catching a swarm, catch her and put her in the hive. Then the bees will follow her in. This footage shows Stan catching a queen in a tame hive, but the same principles apply in a swarm. It would just be a lot more chaotic.
Grab her by the wings.
Now she knows something's up, huh?
Now she knows something up. She run. Okay. All right. I got her by both wings.
Once you catch her, put her in the hive. We can also catch a queen using a queen clip.
So we've got these handy little queen catching clips. So you could smash her if you're not careful with the ends here. So there's a gap in the middle of this, right? So you want to put that over the top of her. You can watch through the side there and put that down over the top of her and then catch her that way. It won't pinch her legs. That's why they make that gap, so you don't pinch her legs. All right, so now I've caught the queen.
You can catch her in the clip and then set her in the hive while you work to catch the rest of the swarm. An important tool for catching swarms is your smoker.
All right, so far we haven't really used any smoke on these bees, but you can use to drive them a little bit. Those bees are hanging on the dirt clods and rocks over there. We can get them off of that, unfixed on that location and crawling back into the hive a little quicker. If we drive them with a little bit of smoke, I can push them towards the box. And if there's some bees coming up onto the branch, back up on the branch where they just came out of, you put a little smoke up there. That'll discourage them from going up there. I'm pretty sure the queen's in there. We're going to pick them up and move them. I'm going to move that whole box back a little bit so these bees that are underneath can crawl on the porch. Yeah, I don't want to drag it. I'll smash a bunch of bees. I got to pick it up and move it backward. Okay.
We can also use a bee brush to brush bees into or towards the hive.
We can get them off of that tree there. If I can brush them off. Let me get my bee brush.
Okay, so the moral of the story is that we sweep the bees toward the hive, yeah?
Right, we can use our smoker to drive them.
Oh, look at them. They're like mass exodus into the...
Yep, they got their marching orders now. They're heading right for the entrance.
In this swarm, the branch was too thick to cut or shake, so we used the brush to get the bees into the hive. Another way to get bees into the hive is to scoop them with the hive tool or your hand and lift them up into the hive.
In the box, bees. Come on, get in the box. There we go.
You can also place the box so that it's touching the swarm, hoping that the bees will crawl right in because of the smell of the honeycomb.
Queen's probably on the branch right there. Give them a little shade there, maybe they'll crawl in. You can see them crawling in. This is a better sized pine tree than the last one the swarm was in. This one's not 30 feet tall. On the tailgate of my truck, and the ones that are in the air will find it over there.
Another tip is to put the lid on at an angle.
I'm going to set this lid on just kind of sideways, leaving plenty of space for the bees to, and I'll set it down gently here, and I'll move it around here so we don't squash any bees as I do this. So we're going to leave the corners open. Now the bees can crawl in, but it's a little darker in there like they're used to. Feel more like home.
To learn more about honeybee swarms, sign up for our online course, How is My Queen? We'll talk about swarms and all of the other queen rearing impulses.